This is Michael Smith of MedPage Today. I'm here at the ICAAC-IDSA joint meeting in Washington, and I'm speaking with Dr. Margaret Cortese of the CDC. Dr. Cortese, with colleagues, is presenting data here on the impact of the new rotavirus vaccine in the U.S., which has seen some drops in morbidity and also a remarkable drop in the number of positive tests for rotavirus among the tests ordered by physicians. Dr. Cortese, where does this data come from?
Thank you, Michael. These data are from a network of laboratories that voluntarily report the number of tests that they perform each week for rotavirus gastroenteritis and the number of tests that are positive. And CDC has been receiving results from these laboratories for over 15 years, and 33 labs have consistently reported data for the past 7 years. And what has been found is that comparing this past rotavirus season to the previous 5 pre-vaccine seasons, that the number of tests that are positive for rotavirus by enzyme immunoassay have been reduced by 67% over this past season. So that is a dramatic reduction, and unlike any of the previous 15 years for which data were available.
I see. So when doctors order a test for because they think the child has diarrhea caused perhaps by the rotavirus, 2/3 of the time they're getting a negative answer now.
Correct. So this past season, well, let me clarify on that. No, the number of tests that were positive was reduced by 2/3. The number of tests that were performed can vary year by year. But the total number of tests that were performed last season were pretty comparable to the previous season. So therefore, the absolute number of tests that came back positive this past season from these 33 consistently reporting labs, the number of tests positive were dramatically reduced.
I see. So what message can physicians take from this data? Should they give up testing for rotavirus, or what can we learn?
I think from these data we can learn that a reduction in the number of tests positive for rotavirus has been seen this past season, and this season coincides with an increased uptake in the rotavirus vaccine that has been available since mid-2006. So these data and other data that are being presented at this meeting suggest that this reduction it may be in large part due to the uptake of the vaccine. Obviously, it will be important to continue to monitor the disease burden from rotavirus to see that how this burden changes over time. And now there is a second vaccine that has recently become available in the United States. And so monitoring for disease burden over time will continue to be important.
So the implication, though, of this test, and as you say, other data being presented here, is that disease burden is dropping as a result of the vaccine.
Correct. The data suggests that the burden is being reduced, and it is most likely that this reduction is due to the vaccine. And other data that are presented here are showing that the effectiveness of the vaccine, specific studies to answer that question, are suggesting that the vaccine is performing as well as was expected based on the clinical trials data. So those data are also very encouraging and would suggest to practitioners that the best way to prevent rotavirus in their children is to vaccinate all eligible infants with one of the 2 available rotavirus vaccines.
I see. Well, thank you for your time,
Thank you.
Dr. Cortese.
Thank you.
I'm Michael Smith, MedPage Today.